her and I were talking, like, not even talking, like,
No, you froze up. Hold on. Hold on.
they were
Time
doing
out. Time out.
meeting,
I
and
think
I,
that was the
like,
next show,
Hold on. Hold on. Wait.
it
right?
Wait
was the
one
next,
second. Can you hear me? Because you are froze. Hold on. Wait just a second. We're going to get the fox and the jackal back. Hold on.
Well,
there
oh,
we go.
Here we
there
go.
we go.
Here we go. All right.
Wi-Fi, spotty Wi-Fi. I guess I don't know. We're in the den of the fox and the jackal right now, and I
But,
guess Wi-Fi is a little spotty out here.
but the next day,
There's your tattoo
it was
artist right there, Asher. Killer
it was
duo.
a, it
Shouts
was,
out Rachel. Go check her out. Man of War Tattoo.
All right.
But yeah, it's the next show. This was the show where I wrestled a very drunk man in my first singles match.
no, that was not,
Oh, no, it
the
wasn't the
same
same show.
night.
You're
That
right.
was not the same night. That was not the
Because
same
that was
night.
also a
We're going to
two-night
get
show.
to that.
That was
next.
also at the temple. So it's your turn in a second. It's
Sorry,
my turn
sorry.
right
Go
now.
ahead. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. So, so the next night, because it was a 2-night situation, they were having a meeting, and someone said something, and I like literally went like this to Sid, and Scott was like, "Ladies, ladies, are you with us, ladies?"
Now, mind you, like the guys, the guys be cutting up. And usually when I say guys, I'm including the girls too. But in this situation, there's little groups of guys that are talking, chit chatting, or whatever. Well, lowly,
He
not trying to
zeroed
take
in
it,
on me.
but he zeroed in on the ladies.
And then, so fast forward to after that situation that I decided to let go to a point where he is sitting there saying, let me have your input. I want your input. We're all a family here. I want your input. I want your input.
Not just that. If there's ever a problem, we need to squash that problem because we're a family here. We don't want that to fester and build up. We're a family.
So I say, okay, well, Asher and I would like to come out with each other to the ring.
Because again, this goes back to what we talked about earlier when Brent said, hey, do y'all want to be an item on screen? Do y'all want to work separately? Do y'all want to be a stable? Like, what do y'all want to do? We told him we're a unit. We're like this.
So
Scott hated that. For whatever reason, Scott fucking hated that.
he said, no. And I was like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense, but all right. And then so he starts talking about tag teams. And I'm like, okay, well, me and Asher are a tag team. And he comes over to me like this and says, stop. That will never happen.
Probably about the same distance as we are right now. Like gets
he
in her
literally
face.
gets in my face about it. And I was like, so I was hot. I was hot, but I think I got out of the ring and I just like left for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And then later, fast forward to like,
and I'm the more like clearly she's kind of a hothead. I'm the more like calm, cool, collected, level. I don't want to say level-headed, but I give people the benefit of the doubt. I am level-headed, but I give people the benefit of the doubt. And I was like, look, he probably didn't mean anything by it. Just reach out to him, just message him. Just again, we're a family, right? So just squash it. Let him know it bothers you.
So I say to him
through text that she still has saved because just the CYA.
Well, in case he sues her, yeah.
Right.
So I say to him, you say that everybody is a family and that we can talk to whoever, but you have made me feel unsafe to voice my opinion in like in any way. And like I felt like I was disrespected and not heard. And he messages me back and is like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I never intended on that, blah, 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 blah." And then, like, fast forward to
3 days later, maybe.
where Tommy is calling us, telling us that we are now banned from training.
No. You're banned from training.
I'm banned from training, not him.
I'm
Sorry.
still more than welcome to go to training because, of course, I will go to training without my wife, right? That makes sense.
And that he may or may not have contacted a lawyer because of the use of the word unsafe, because this was around the time of the Vince McMahon shit where he, that whole situation. So he felt like that was necessary.
And then, of course, we call Brent and we talk to Tommy. Tommy tells us one thing. Brent tells us the other. Brent saying, "No, there was never a lawyer contacted. Y'all can come work shows with us. It's fine. You can still go to training." Talking to me.
We were always allowed to work shows.
And I told him point blank. I said, "No, we're not working any more diamond shows because at the time Scott's putting everything together. He's the agent for all the matches or whatever." And I was like, "No, we don't want him putting our matches together because he's going
to bury me. He would have buried me immediately."
Yeah, basically.
And I wouldn't have actually let that happen, to be fair. But
Well,
so yeah.
Hit the like button on this video, but I'm gonna go into this for a second.
How many likes do we have? Before you get into that, how many likes we have?
We got 20 likes right now. We get it.
20 likes, that's pretty good. Let's get it up. Let's get to 30. Come on, guys. What are you doing?
Exactly.
Like this, share it. Let's go.
I'm gonna say this. Scott Armstrong.
Oh, and sorry. I don't mean to cut you off again, but at the time, we were also told that we were not allowed to work anywhere within a 100-mile radius.
100-mile radius.
There was some other, because they were on TV at like 3 o'clock in the morning on public access or something. Yeah.
Where?
So we were kind of, and we were, get kept, and we had this little carrot that they were dangling that we got Scott now, so this is your end to WWE, and
it's not. I'll just go ahead and say this. Now I'm about to drop a big bomb. Okay.
Do it.
Can I drop a bomb real quick?
Yeah.
Can I drop a bomb real quick? I knew before you did that we were being manipulated.
Oh, she did. 100%.
And I told
women always know. They always know when we're getting manipulated.
And True. I told you that if something was wrong, and you were like, "Well, we need to stay here because,
we didn't know anyone that worked."
But we could have.
Oh yeah, we could have reached out, but we didn't know no one taught us about, resumes and sending in the promoters
and stuff had already gone out and gotten on their stuff at AWA. We could have gone to AWA, but
were they at AWA? I don't think they were.
Yes, they were.
They had just left, I think. They had just left. Yeah.
They left right before us.
But this was all happening very, very quick succession.
And Diamond demonized, amped up. Demonized, amped up when they went to AWA.
Again, I've got beef with Amp.
Up.
I've got beef with Amp right now. I've had beef with the Andreas in the past. But no, they they screwed Amped up over.
They fucked them over so hard and made them seem like they were the villains in the situation.
And they weren't.
When they were not.
Just because they wanted to spread their wings and go work elsewhere. And I'm sorry, Brandon. Go ahead and drop this bomb because I'm ready for it.
This bomb that I'm about to drop is probably going to get me canceled. At least with DCW.
Last night you got canceled for grooming Koloff, so let's go.
That's true. I'm gonna just drop this bomb. The Armstrong family, one of the greatest families in independent wrestling, one of the greatest families in professional wrestling. Period. You had Bullet Bob. I worked with Bullet Bob when he came to Meridian. Yeah, Buff Bagwell on the show. That was almost 20 years ago. You got BG James, Brian James, Armstrong, the Road Dogg, famous.
Jesse James.
DX, still works with WWE and whatnot. Yeah, Brian Armstrong, in my opinion, one of the best workers to ever step foot in wrestling. Did he have the personality or the charisma at that time? No. But I thought he was one of the greatest workers. I enjoyed everything that Brad did. Do you know what Scott Armstrong is famous for?
Nothing.
What?
Being
Not
a
a
fire rep.
No, the only thing that Scott Armstrong is, and he has got no connections with WWE. I don't give a shit. Oh, we can get you to WWE. No, he couldn't. He couldn't jerk himself.
Oh no,
into
he does because he got his grandbabies in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
He got his grandbabies in there. We're gonna touch on that later, but
well,
keep going.
that's mainly because of his brother. It ain't because of him. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
Scott Armstrong is famous for?
What's
The
that?
only thing he is famous for is receiving a text message from Chris Benoit during the Weekend Tragedy. That's the only thing he's famous for. Otherwise, nobody else would know who the fuck Scott Armstrong was. He is the least of, pro wrestling's, the Armstrong dynasty. He is the least known. And, do I give a shit if I get any work in DCW or any other promotion? No, I really don't. At this point, I'm happy with doing the Brilliant Show. If people will do the Brilliant Show, I don't give a shit. Whatever. But that's it. When you look at it, Scott Armstrong was a referee at ECW WWE. He received text messages that also Chavo Guerrero received, and that was it. Other than that, nobody would know who the fuck Scott Armstrong is.
Well, what was always really funny during training was he would send a flex about how he was talking to
R-Truth.
yeah. And he would be like, "Oh, I messaged R-Truth this.
Let's take a
I can
picture
message
for
Let's
R-Truth.
take a picture for
He
R-Truth."
may not answer, but I can message R-Truth. Hell, I can message John Cena. I got fucking John Cena's number right now. But anyway, continue on, Kimber. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, again, it goes back to the carrot on the stick. We got the route to the WWE. That's what he's got. He's still got some guys believing that are still stuck at Diamond, that aren't working anywhere else.
Before you get into the grandbabies, we're definitely going to get into that. Let me just say this, okay? Anybody that believes that he has an out to get into WWE, man, I got some oceanfront property to sell you in Illinois. All right. Here's the thing. Does Brian James have pull? Yes. Of course he does. But is WWE or is TKO Group Holdings really looking, and I'm not meaning this in a derogatory way, but are they really looking for independent wrestling right now? No.
No, absolutely not.
They're looking for athletes that have a name behind them, that have a brand behind them. They're not going and picking up Joe Schmo to come into WWE because, he's a talented wrestler.
Or Jack Passion. Did I say that? Sorry. Whoops.
What was that name? Jack Strong?
But
anyway, that's what I'm saying.
Well, let's keep it. I want to take a little page out of Koloff's playbook from last night. Let's keep it a little positive.
Hold on, just a second.
Oh, do we got questions?
Try to get booked by Limitless Wrestling in Maine. Randy Carver, I'm gonna just tell you this. I know I've had you on my old podcast. If you're looking for great talent, the Fox and the Jackal are great talent. So Limitless up in Maine is one of the
Fly us out.
Thank you.
Yeah, fly us out. We'd love to be there.
Top promotion in the Northeast, in Maine. Hell, I'll just go ahead and say it. They're a great promotion all over. But yes. Anyway.
Yeah, let's keep it positive. We've got that out of the way. Again, I want to take a little page out of the Vladdy Daddy's playbook. Again, we've got respect. Yeah, you're a client. We want to keep it positive.
You're really gonna call him that?
I did the air quotes. I did the air quotes. Okay. Anyway, so obviously we're not going back to Diamond after that. No way, no how. So we hit up at the time. MT was out as a trainer. We're not getting into that at all. He left. And we had Lucha.
Don't put the 2 in there. All right, anyway.
At the time, Lucha Lacuro, Zane Stevens, and Mac Daddy Duds had been helping run training sessions, who all 3 of them we have immense respect for. And we actually, I think we called all 3 of them and Ryan Fury. Called all 4 of them after this happened to get feedback from them. What do we do? What next? You know, we love this business. We love what we do, and we feel like we're like fucked at this point. Like we can't go any further. And Lucha assured us, hey, I've got a spot for you at Combat. Don't worry about it. Ryan, I've got a spot for you at Revolt. Don't worry about it. Zane gave us some great feedback. And we went and had dinner with Mac Daddy Duds and John Taylor and talked to him about the situation. And I think Mac Daddy Duds reached out to you. And you had reached out to us after that, or somehow we connected. Yeah, you reached out to us and said, hey, I'd like to bring you into AWA. Come check out a show. And you had talked to Koloff, and we showed up, and the atmosphere was like night and day difference. Like I cannot describe for all these, if anyone is watching that has been stuck at Diamond, I cannot express to you how different the atmosphere of any other locker room is from Diamond, because Diamond was not fun. Diamond's very micromanaged. Also, the building that we helped build, we helped paint the walls to, has no AC, so it's a furnace in there.
Pause. Whenever they bought or rented or whatever they did, the Bullet Bobstrong Arena,
which was it's a travesty that they named that Bullet Bob Armstrong Arena.
I agree.
Yep.
It's a trash can. Yeah.
We helped clean it out, paint it, make it look so much better than it did when we came in there, and we got nothing. And I mean, I understand.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, we got nothing. We didn't get paid. We didn't get paid for any shows that we worked either. Well, one show we got paid for. But we put in work to this building, like literally that you would go in and paint the walls and be on a 30-foot ladder and hang up lights and yeah, nothing. Hey, thanks for coming out, kid.
And let me go ahead and mention the fact that well, that's kind of shitty. No, I'll do it anyway. A lot of their talent that they have there now that was there during that time didn't do that. And we were essentially used. I get, the paying your dues situation, duty, blah, but expecting people to come in and do like
gut a warehouse, paint the shitty torn out walls of this warehouse, hang up lights from 30 feet in the air while the owner is sitting there watching the whole time.
Was he playing Super Mario or was he eating donuts? Which one was he doing?
He was probably eating donuts.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to touch on the grandbabies because I don't know shit about Crusher.
He was after our time. And I'll give Passion this.
Fuck him. Don't fucking give him shit. What do you want to give him?
Passion Fruit was a... Oh, you like him?
Fuck you, eat shit.
So we also hit up Jack after. So after all that happened, we hit up all our what we thought were friends at the time to ask their opinion of the situation, and we didn't want them to take sides. We were clear that we don't want you to take sides. We want sympathy, essentially. Like, just empathize with us because this fucking sucks. And Jack did not empathize with us at all.
Jack
but also
called Scott. Jack called Scott when we called him.
little tattletale.
He tattletaled on us.
Yeah.
Don't
And
snitches
then he
get
told me
stitches.
that I was acting like a middle schooler for what I was going through. So absolutely the fuck not. Sorry. I'm